1960, about 1 in every 10 adults were obese. In 2014, 1 in every 4 adults are obese. In children, those numbers went from 0 to 10 to 2 in 10. I am here to discuss the hidden agenda food corporations and the government have in regard to the obesity epidemic. Through extensive research, I have had my eyes open to the truth, and since this epidemic affects so many people, I believe everyone deserves to know. The government plays a vital role in the growing obesity rates. Food is being molded and sold as healthy, while our government is allowing food corporations to control our health. Food corporations know that people are aware of the rise of obesity, and many people try to make healthier choices for themselves and their families. So when buying food and wanting to be healthy, it makes the most sense to purchase low-fat, fat-free, and light products. They are labeled this way based on their decrease in calories, despite the fact that their sugar content is grossly inflated. When fat is removed from a food item, it seriously lacks in taste, so it is replaced with artificial sweeteners. According to the National Library of Medicine, food labeled as low-fat contains anywhere from double to triple the amount of sugar than their regular fat counterparts, thus creating a fat-free, low-calorie, great-tasting, healthy snack that is basically just a sugar bomb. And speaking of foods pretending to be something they're not, let's look back to 2011 when our Congress decided pizza was a vegetable. Former First Lady Michelle Obama was infamous for her platform on making our country's children healthier. This led to a lot of reform in our nation's schools. School lunches were under fire for promoting unhealthy dietary habits. A bill was proposed to limit the sale of unhealthy foods such as pizza, chips, and soda. And though this was potentially healthy to our youth's health, it was a huge threat to food corporations. Major streams of revenue for these frozen food companies come from public school meal plans. So with their profit on the line, these corporations began to lobby. They ensured their profits were unharmed. In fact, they poured so much into their lobbyists, Congress actually ruled that anything with a minimum of 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce was a vegetable, practically ensuring unhealthy diet habits among children in our country. This leads me to my final point, that our public health is literally being controlled by the government. It is pretty obvious no educated dietitian or nutritionist would agree that pizza is a vegetable, nor would they agree that lowering calories but tripling sugar content is a way to eat healthier. Our society is aware of how obesity is becoming an issue, but they aren't aware of exactly what's causing it. These huge food corporations make money off the sale of their products, but their sales would take a major hit if people knew how unhealthy their food actually is. So they take to Washington and use their wealth to wave politicians to their side. This means the government will promote unhealthy diet habits these companies need us to have. A co-founder for the Center of Science and Public Interest once said, "Good advice about nutrition conflicts with the interests of many big industries, each of which has more lobbying power than all of the public interest groups combined." Actual facts and science about healthy eating habits are being outshined by the greed of food corporations, and the government won't do anything to stop it. In conclusion, the remolding of what food really is and how good it is for you is being controlled by a food corporation favoring government. The manipulations of government that food companies are putting into place to promote a so-called healthy lifestyle is a direct link to the rising obesity epidemic. This epidemic will continue to spread and claim lives if our government continues to support these corporations. It is their responsibility to inform the public and put our health over the food corporation's wealth.